She finds a patient who learned her brother vacationed and encourages her to switch places, mentioning a sharp knife on the director's desk. Laura pretends to meet him in the hallway. Strange noises came from the office. On approaching, they found a prematurely retired body lying on the floor, triggering the director's panic attack. Flustered, Laura calms the bewildered director, urging her to handle the situation while Laura deals with the body. Truth is, she has a big secret. A week ago, 4 priests were invited for tea at home, and their deaths were quite spectacular. The public demanded immediate action on the mystery guest, but the culprit must first undergo mental health assessment here by law. Laura is the sister of the mystery guest, so she risks everything to bring her brother home. The unfortunate part is, her brother is considered an extremely dangerous criminal, isolated in a VIP cell, with no privacy even in the shower. If deemed sane, he'll face zombie treatment. Worse, her brother lost control at night, missing the person under the bed, turning the priest into an important witness. Laura disguised herself to approach him. Pretending to desire justice for the criminal, she uses sincere prayers to gain the priest's trust, suggesting he share his story with her first. To prepare for court, Laura tricks the priest to a hotel, and after tea, he's powered down. Waking up, she's legally tied to bed as Laura picks up the ice pack for her newly learned eye surgery and the priest. She securely locks this patient in the bathtub. Suddenly, the water temperature soars, causing the woman to scream in pain. The nurse calmly explains she must steam in 48-degree water for half an hour, then she is removed hot. Thrown into cold water for 5 minutes, she's on the verge of breaking down and dares not defy the nurse, who proudly declares, "Congrats, you're cured." Why? She invited Laura for dinner yesterday and to a lily bar. In this era, a casual orientation is seen as an affront to the divine, necessitating medical intervention. Laura gained much in this asylum. After seeing her brother's live performance, Laura successfully removed the priest's ice point with her ice pick therapy. The priest sat in a wheelchair, drilling, and rumor has it he'll be quiet for life. This witness has been dealt with, but things are not looking good for her brother. Her acting was so brilliant that it seemed impossible for a mentally ill person to display so many symptoms at once. The director immediately noticed her brother was dodging the penalties, and with no way to provide a mental clearance, her brother was in deep. Just as Laura plotted her escape, she ran into the director chased by a bald man with a gun, prompting her to showcase her special skills. She wants to know what crimes could spark chaos, but the director hesitates to reveal. However, the office body has entangled them in this mess. She has to recount the terrifying past. Years ago, a rich lady hired the director to treat her inquisitive son, but unexpectedly, the spoiled rich kid poured a whole bottle of replacement solution into the water. That's 200 times the dosage. One sip had them both online. The spoiled girl claimed she saw the divine granting her hands of God. Shortly after, she actually brought a pair of arms to the director, who later realized the spoiled girl had literally hacked off the original hands. Following that, the spoiled girl sliced off her own arms, demanding the director to attach the hands of God back on. The director happily obliged, but the girl eventually succumbed to sepsis, losing the whole leg army. The director hid, using a fake identity to open the asylum in a remote suburb. Now the rich lady has found her true identity. She sent a bold hitman to return the director in pieces, but after such a bloody tale, Laura remains totally unfazed. The bald hitman lives a life of daring and he can't resist temptation. Laura uses charms to offer the bald killer a safe harbor, then quickly deals with him. The bald man retells the story, and Laura pretends shock, saying she's the asylum's nurse and can help him deal with the director. Next night, Laura brings the bald hitman to the hospital, distracting staff, and sneaks him into the director's office. Suddenly, noises emanate from the restroom, and the bald man rushes over, only to discover it was all part of Laura and the director's performance. They disguise the dazed bald man, bring him to the therapy room, heat water constantly, and lock the door tightly. The water temperature rises, the killer screams in agony. When free, she's already steamed. Laura escapes the treatment room, but bumps into the guard on duty. Startled by the approaching ghost, he panics and fires. The guard stands baffled, muttering as Laura calmly tosses the bald man into the incinerator, disposing of the evidence. Now director and Laura are tied, and her brother's operations can unfold. Before incineration, Laura rummages through the bald hitman's clothes, finds the keys, opens her sponsored room, and collects data on the director and the deceased lady. Thus, Laura's double agent game begins. In the restaurant, the director agrees to help Laura's brother clear his name under pressure. To ensure the plan's success, Laura becomes head nurse. The director punches treats, demoting the old head nurse. As the new head nurse, Laura aims to plan an anniversary bash, uniting patients and staff in wild celebration. Laura heads to the dungeon to fill her brother in. The director is handled. Now it's just the governor we need to take care of. I need you to sacrifice yourself at the party to convince everyone you're a mental patient, so that our enthusiastic governor will believe you. Her brother is ecstatic, but it's not just because he gets a chance to escape justice, it's because He's got his eyes on that cute little nurse who brings her meals and shows off her skills. This party is finally his time to dance with his crowd. The laid-off head nurse is heartbroken. Laura brings a peach, telling him not to be sad, it's the director's love. She hopes they'll relax, allowing time for romance. Laura also suggests the head nurse ask the director to dance at the party. The head nurse shyly nods in agreement, and then Laura quickly finds the director, insisting he must accept the head nurse's request. The director feels nauseous at the thought of the head nurse's wrinkled face, but Laura, the matchmaker, is determined to set them up. Reluctantly, the director pretends to agree, using her newly learned hypnosis to convince the head nurse to skip the dance. Having seen too much, hypnosis fails the head nurse but works wonders on new patient Charlotte with classic multiple personality disorder. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe for more thrilling stories waiting for you.